All right. Hey, everybody. Steve Moran and Douglas Yates. We are live. How we doing up there, Doug?
I'm doing great. Good to see you. Good to see everybody else, and happy that we're live right now.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff going on. It's been crazy where I've been living. I got no water for 3 days and no elevator for 3 days.
Yikes!
It's like, yeah, it's crazy. Having to go up and down the stairs has just been one of those things. They had some water leaking into the elevator shaft, I guess. So they've been working on it, and it's like, oh my God, what a nightmare.
That's
But
crazy.
it's definitely better than the crypto space has been the last week. It's been a pretty
Yeah,
interesting week, isn't it?
yeah, it was. We had to take it all in. That's one of the reasons why we didn't have an update on Friday is because we were still taking it in and seeing, where how TOAX can best leverage. I really see this time as a very opportunistic time for companies like us, real companies that are doing real things with solid business plans, and that's exactly what we have. And it's kind of exciting because we could really come in and dominate right now. And I know you're gonna go into it a little bit, but the powers that be, which are like the billionaires in the crypto world, the Trons and the CZs of Binance and others, the good ones, the ones that are trying to take this crypto industry and really bring it to the next level as far as have some checks and balances and be able to operate worldwide in a nice fashion. They basically through social media reached out to people like us, people like TOAX, that's pretty exciting. And I know you're going to give a little update on what's going on there. And so I love that that's happening. Obviously, because of the industry is in a flux right now. It does affect our plans on what we should focus on and such. And in certain areas, other areas, we're going right ahead with exactly what we're doing, which is bringing the marketplace that we have, which Steve will go into a little bit about that too, of with the tokens and the digital items like the NFTs and such, bringing that live and then promoting it, which is that's what Steve's been doing this last 3 weeks. Is just basically every minute of the day preparing the funnels and stuff. We have many levels of marketing and that we have to apply to the system. And if we do it great, it's easy because it's cut and paste. And that's what Steve's foray is. He's connected into some of the best funnel makers in the world. We actually had a live discussion, on the phone with the trainer of trainers, the funnel maker of funnel makers. His name's Pedro, and he was giving us advice, and we'll get more into that a little bit later. But we have mark. What we're doing is we're taking our TOAX NFTs, TOAX tokens, and we're that's how we're vetting everything out. And we did pretty well with the NFTs, and now we're starting on the tokens, and then we'll replicate that for every charity and community that we bring on. And then we so we have a global level that we market TOAX with, and with funnels and all autoresponders and sales letters and all that great stuff. And then we have every charity that comes on board that we're going to use these same techniques, these same funnels and autoresponders and landing pages and sales letters to promote that charity and what the charity's doing. And then we have the initiatives inside of the charity, which is usually it will be an NFT promotion where they're trying to achieve a certain mission, and we'll help them promote that. And then our artists that we're bringing on that we're vetting out. And I know we got one request out there that got approved, and then we have actually there's two that have been approved right now, and we'll be slowly bringing in their over these next few weeks, bringing in their NFTs. Good quality artists with good quality digital products, and so we got to market the artists and help that with the same techniques, with the funnels, with the landing pages, with the sales letters. And then we have to do it with each of their collections. Every NFT is a group and has a collection. It could be one or it could be 10,000. It's whatever the collection is, and we got to market those with the same thing, and then repeat, and then constantly tweak and repeat. And that's what Steve's a master at, and that's what he's been working on. And he'll, like I said, he'll give an update in just a second. So that part is awesome. I mean, we got nose to the grindstone. I know there's some comments in Discord about, we keep bringing up Doge and that kind of stuff. And that's, Doge is an example of what could happen with the token. That's why we bring it up. You say that you wish we would spend more time marketing wheels. That's exactly what we're doing. We're spending all our time on that. We have a base system now that can handle the marketing, and we'll always be improving that system technically. Always every month getting better and better on that. But with what we've been working on these past, it's been probably 3 months, is nose to the grindstone, getting preparation out to get the word out. And this shift that's happening I think it's a great shift that's happening in the crypto world, because what's happening is we're weeding out the fakes and the people that are going to be left. This happened in the .com too. .com went crazy. There's a lot of consolidation, a lot of weeding out of the fakes. A lot of people lost money, but the people that were left were solid people that are still around. Yahoo.com still around. I never thought they'd last this long, but they're able to provide a service that the market likes. Same thing that we're doing. And not only are we doing that, providing a service that the market likes, is we're giving back, which is, in my book, part of the master plan of how this earth should operate. And when you do that, when you're in line with what I believe is the master plan of this earth, then great things happens. You're synergistic, the serendipity, all that stuff that happens. What miracles, all that stuff happens because you're in line of the design of what we're supposed to do here on Earth, which is help one another. Love your neighbor as yourself. Help each other. Help the widows and the orphans. That's exactly what TOAX is all about. Is to help expand your territory, and what you hold, because you guys are NFT holders and token holders. But along with that, give back to help the people that are in need all over the world. As a reminder, this whole TOAX operation, and I'll end with this whole TOAX operation is controlled and owned and managed by a charitable trust. And it's a real simple document. It's a 3-party contract. And the 3 parties are the person that granted it in and started this, which was Steve's mom. And she basically went through hell raising Steve's brother. And we wanted to honor her that. And so she was the creator of this trust. The trustees are Steve and I. And the beneficiaries of this trust, that's the third party of this third-party contract, is all of mankind, which is you guys and everybody else in perpetuity, going on forever. And that's how we operate. So it's in this time, this vetting that's happening, and this reaching out of the power players like CZ and such, and we're responding, and Steve will talk to you about that, is very, very exciting. And I'll throw it back to you, Steve.
All right. Hey, guys. It has been, it's been an interesting week, and I kind of like to talk about a lot of things that go on. When things like this happen in our industry, we have to sit back and we have to reflect a little bit and really pay attention to what's happening in the industry right now, and pay attention to how things are being perceived in the industry, and how we could be being perceived in the industry, and what's the best thing to do moving forward. And one of the things that I have been paying attention to a lot and seeing is that, CZ from Binance has been reaching out a lot and talking about how, we need to have more self-regulation. Justin Sun from Tron has also been talking about the same kind of thing. We need to have some sort of an association where we have standardized rules and standardized things. And one of the other key things that they've been talking about is that, there are other really good crypto projects out there, and they know some of the projects out there just are missing a little piece or something like that, and they want to make sure that they can help these good projects move forward. And I think that we definitely fit into that class. And so what I've been doing is, taking the white paper now that we've got, that's been really fully edited. And if you haven't seen that, you can go get it at toax.io and take a real good look at that. And I think Doug will even post it up in the Discord and such. But I've been reaching out. Like today, I reached out to Binance Labs, which is the arm for Binance and for CZ that does this. I said, if you think you're a qualified kind of company, then reach out to us and, tell us a little bit about your story. So I've done that with the white paper, and we're going to continue to do the same thing. I think that if these guys truly, really want to do this, and they really want to see things be successful, and they want to I think everybody wants a good story right now. And I think that we can be that good story, because there are so many things that we can do for charities, for nonprofits, for foundations. But the one thing that we need, and we need more than anything else, is we need some sort of influencers out there that believe in what we're doing, that understand what we're doing, and can kind of throw a little bit of their weight around and say, hey, look, these guys are good guys. This looks like a really good project. We're a part of this in this way or whatever. Because with just that little push, it's amazing. And I know Doug talked about the Dogecoin example. And again, I use that for an example because, I mean, you're talking about something that was literally started as a practical joke, has no utility, and does nothing. And people say that it's marketed all the time. Well, it's not marketed. Nobody's spending money on any of that marketing. All that marketing is word of mouth marketing, because somebody came up with an idea, okay, and look what it's ultimately done. But in that same vein, with thinking about that, that Dogecoin has been averaging about $1 billion a day in trading. Yet when Elon Musk took over Twitter, it goes up and hits 5 billion a day, then 12 billion in like a day. Okay. And that's what influencer marketing is. That's what that does. And it's because we have an exchange, we have the exchange with the NFT marketplace. That's the engine, right? That fuels this whole project that we have. And the wheels tokens, and I think that once you have the right influencers and the right people out there that understand what we're doing with these tokens, and you look at the guy from FTX, and this guy was supposedly being somebody who was going to be just doing everything, and he's going to make all this trillions of dollars and give it all away to charity. And that's almost what we're doing, but we're putting our money where our mouth is, because we're putting up 77% of our gross profit, okay, directly back into this machine every single day. Okay. So that's what we're doing, is we're really putting our money where our mouth is and saying, yeah, we really want to go help, and we've got these great things, and we're going to go make a machine that actually does it for us. Okay. And we want that to ultimately be in a whole trustless environment. And, we're in just such a good spot, I think, right now. It's tough to go out and say that this is the ideal time to launch something, but I think that it's the ideal time for a good story. Okay. And because of how this came to be with my brother, and how we've got to be where we're at, and those of you guys that have been following us for a while, some of you have been following us for a couple of years now, and seeing exactly where we've been going and what we've been doing and what we've been talking about. And we've taken this, and we've got progress, and we've built this thing, and we've got this thing as we've been talking. We went from not having an NFT market and not having an exchange, but having a great idea. Okay. And then taking that and turning that into a full-blown crypto exchange, an NFT marketplace, and a wallet, and everything else that we've got now that's done. And it's all ready to go to finish up with the story. And the fact that, we've already sold almost 3,000 of these NFTs without any real marketing in it. And I'm working on the marketing to make sure that we start to sell the balance of those and get that moving. So right now we are in kind of we were hoping to have a big, launch type of thing, and really start to do a bunch of things, over Black Friday. And because of recent events, it just doesn't seem like it would be anything prudent to do at this time. I think that the most important thing right now is to, first of all, see if, a Justin Sun from Tron, who's got 3.5 million followers on Twitter, and CZ, who's, got a huge following, from Binance. These guys are, wanting to reach out and find companies that have got that kind of value. And I think we are that kind of company. And I think that we're going to do everything we can to get in front of these folks and to show them what we're doing, what makes us different, how we can do something different. And by aligning ourselves with the right people right now at this opportunity, at this time, I think that it's going to present us with a much bigger, better opportunity to go farther, faster, and all of a sudden one day it becomes like this big success story, because boom, somebody else helps put their just talk a little bit about what we're doing and share it with the rest of the world. And I think that we can be part of that good story, and we're going to continue to be part of that. And as we evolve. So that's kind of our State of the Union address right now, is kind of the state of TOAX. Where are we? Kind of what are we doing? Is the way we have in the last week right now, do we want to position ourselves as an exchange and as an NFT marketplace, which is kind of how we've got ourselves positioned. And I just don't know if that's the best way that we want to be positioned moving forward. What we've done is we've created an engine. And that engine gets to be used by nonprofits, charities, foundations, for-profits. I don't want to limit ourselves to any kind of a business that could possibly, bring something to the table where we could use this technology that we've developed and how we've developed it to help benefit those who get involved and choose to be successful utilizing the technology. Right. So I think we got a real exciting time. I mean, I think that, we're going to be, I can kind of see us more like really like a marketplace. I think Douglas mentioned that kind of like a marketplace where, people can come, and if they have really good ideas and things that they want to kind of tap into this, and can see if we can tokenize their community and how that program works. And if it works for them, we can almost be like an incubator and really incubate different projects and different ideas, and not be tied into one little area of what we can do, because we've got a couple of the most powerful tools in the world to use. Is we've got the crypto exchange built, and we've got the NFT marketplace built, and with the use of smart contracts, we can use those and do some really amazing things. So it's time to keep our eyes open, our ears open, and kind of see what other kind of opportunities are out there. One of the things that I know that I've mentioned with Doug is, think about like a college. Think about a colleges. Colleges have a lot of them have just a tremendous alumni base, right? And they're always donating back to their college and always wanting to be involved in helping them grow and continue to evolve and things like that. And most colleges don't have, multi-billion-dollar endowments like, Harvard and Yale and some of these Ivy League schools do. So, a lot of things like that could ultimately be really tokenized, okay, to where, they could literally take every single transaction that's happening in that whole economy that they have and get it all put onto the blockchain, get rid of all the credit card and all the other different issue kind of things that they have, and really just kind of turn it into their currency. And these are the kind of things that are going to be happening and going to be evolving. And, when we do that with a company, we get 10% of those token supply that we share a lot of that with our Ken's Coin token holders. And so it's, the more of those you go out and you figure out, and what's cool is we're going to find things that start to work and things that start to really create this volume. And, what kind of platforms do we need to tap into that can really maximize this the best way, and who's going to see the kind of best returns, and what are those going to be? And, what's it going to look like? I think the sooner we can get some people kind of seeing what we're doing and believing in what we're doing, and also kind of talking about what we're doing, we can make this go pretty fast and just have a lot of fun with it and really create some good impact out there and be that good story in crypto. When everybody else looks back and goes, I remember back in the winter of 2021, when it looked like everything was going to die, when the second largest exchange in the world went down. And, that's another thing, guys, you guys got to think, or you guys don't need to understand. There's no way you would understand. But when we say we have an exchange and you see like FTX exchange and FTX went down, we don't do any business at all like what those types of exchanges doing. Those kinds of exchanges were, they were leveraging, and they were speculating, and they were most of all, they were using other people's tokens. Okay. Using other people's tokens. We're only an exchange in the sense of the transaction volume that can be created by the tokens that we're doing. Okay. We're not a platform where traders are going to come in and be day trading on our exchange and doing things like that. That's just not the way we're going to be doing things. We're not going to have these derivatives and all these other different types of things like, a lot of these other exchanges. We're not going to be lending money. We're not going to be doing any of that kind of stuff. We're going to encourage people, come in, you do a transaction, and go ahead and put that money back in your own wallet and take it with you. Okay. We don't need that kind of stuff. We're using it as an engine to create philanthropy. Okay. And with the communities that we can do this with, and again, there's no roadmap to do it. Nobody's done it yet. We've got some ideas. We've got some real good ideas, and we're getting to that point now where we can go. But we really need to get somebody in our corner, and I think that the time is really ideal now to find that opportunity and to get put into that kind of an opportunity, and even reach out to start reaching out to different, letting them know, hey, there is a good story here. There is a good story here. Take a look at the videos we put together, and take a look at the community that we've got put together. And let's talk about what a real good community could be. Because, the reason that Doug and I are sitting here today is because we sat down and, we asked a question. We said, what would it look like if somebody used the blockchain and cryptocurrency to do something good instead of just trying to line their own pockets? Okay. And that was basically the kind of core message that we asked, core question that we asked that kind of ultimately ended up getting us here. And, I'm excited where we're at. I'm proud about where we're at. I'm excited about where the technology and everything else is. This is a blip in the, in the space. This is the kind of things that happen in business. Sometimes things happen and you got to just look at your positioning and, what's the best way to position ourselves. But I think this creates opportunities for us that we wouldn't have otherwise had. And it makes all the sense in the world for us to at least go out and explore those opportunities to the best of our abilities and see if we can actually, make something out of that. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on here is doing exactly that and getting us in front of some people where we can start to tell a good story and then just, get some help out there with some momentum and we'll be rolling quick, not quite a Black Friday like we were hoping to be, but I think what everybody can see in the marketplace is there's a reason for everything. And I think that, we kind of pride ourselves on when we see things like this happen, we got to, that we put our heads together and figure out what's the best way to go. And between the two of us, we've done pretty good with it over the last couple of years. And I feel confident that we're doing the same thing with what we got right now. So that's all I got, guys. Anything else, Doug?
Yeah, let me just I'll summarize, answer a couple questions, and then we can wrap it up here. We're not changing the focus of anything that we're doing.
No.
We're just refining it. We're making sure on the marketing side and the technical side, on both sides, that every resource, which is time, money, and materials that we spend, is directly related to bringing in more resources, and that's exactly what we're doing. So we're going ahead with our marketing plan, just as we were doing before, with both promoting the token and the NFTs and TOAX in general. We got a handful, about a dozen charities that we're still in discussions with, and moving them further down through the process and bringing them on in an orderly fashion. We can't just dump it. We have to do it in an orderly fashion and do it in a nice, concise manner to where they're going to be successful and we're going to be successful.
Yeah. Let me interject there, Doug. Also, this is really important to understand, guys. When people that are not in the crypto space right now, like some of these charities and things that we've been talking to, and they start seeing all these bad things happening in crypto, okay, that doesn't make it. I mean, that puts up more barriers to entry. Okay. That's more things that we have to ultimately overcome with each one of these people. Now there's more issues that we have to deal with. So, this isn't something that we can just go, well, we pull people along with us, when it's hard to stay away from the articles and things like that all the time. But when you're in the space, you have to understand exactly really what's going on in our space and in our community. And these scammers, we need to get rid of these guys too.
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
Yeah. But, it's all good. This just, try and find out what's really going on out there, right? What's really going on out there and do the best and move with that. So sorry.
Yeah, Steve, we got a great pulse on the industry. That's why we started this thing to begin with too. This podcast, this streaming that we're doing. It wasn't just to give an update to all you guys, which is very important about what's going on with TOAX, but it's also to educate and broaden the cryptocurrency industry, because that's what we're in, and to educate people on it and show them how powerful and great it is. El Salvador is, I was supposed to be down there last week because a organization I'm part of, they just bought into the Bitcoin zone down there, and every citizen in that whole country has Bitcoin, and they're only implementing it more and more and more. More and more companies down there are accepting Bitcoin over other types of money and stuff. And so all this stuff is good. And like I said, we have a good pulse on this industry. There's a FUD going on right now with the prices and stuff, which was kind of expected. The Bitcoin price, and pretty much Bitcoin kind of runs everybody else too, Ethereum and all the altcoins, including Wheels. And it kind of sets the tone for the industry. It was kind of in lockstep with the stock market, and that separation is happening right now. It's a very painful separation. I personally, from the people that I respect and follow, and who are basically numbers crunchers and chart and analyzers and such, says that we're in for another bad thing in the stock market, which is good for crypto because it'll break that connection, and crypto will start doing what it's programmed to do, which is increased in value every year. And then there's the whole political stuff going on with wars and rumors of wars happening in the East and all that stuff, which is only going to contribute to, in my personal opinion, the value and the worth and the spending power of the dollar out there, which is taking a huge hit, which will also help crypto. All right, so I suspect after Thanksgiving that the crypto prices will start stepping up as a whole, with Bitcoin leading the charge on that, and then it's nice slowly step up, and then after the first year, nice little run. And historically it's the same thing, but there's a lot of commotion happening right now, and we keep close tabs on that. We're every day we spend a good few hours making sure we got the pulse of the industry, talking to the right people, weeding out the junk that's out there, which is tough, and getting our knowledge, and then compressing that knowledge, put it into a format for you guys that we can tell you. And so that's part of this, what these live streams are for, not only just update about TOAX and such. And then, as far as the token, like I said, we're on our marketing plan to do exactly what we plan to do, which is, educate and then and let people know our story, and then tell them how to participate. And that's what marketing is. And we're doing that with the token and our NFTs. And we have great history. Last year, this time we did great. So we have a great history, and it's in the blockchain, and everybody can see it. And we have credibility, which is a huge thing right now in the industry, is to exhibit and be able to show your credibility. And then, like Steve says, we're reaching out to the leaders in the industry to say, hey, we're part of this. The leaders in the industry, we're actually a huge part. In my mind, cryptocurrency industry needs this charitable aspect. It's always a balance of power. It's always like I said, it's too synergistic with how this universe should operate, and from my opinion and a lot of other people's opinion. And so we have to be a part of this. And they reached out to us generally, and we're responding like we should do. As far as the price of wheels and all that kind of stuff, we don't know the future. We're going to hit our marketing plan. We know when we will complete and continue our market plan, it will increase the visibility of wheels, and supply and demand will kick in then, and then we'll see what the price is. So we're not going to do any type of predictions and such on that. But it's not going to be a penny. Let's put it that way. That's only going to last for a little bit. I think I answered all that. Daniel, you said there's some questions that a bunch of people have, which I don't know what you're referring to that, but I think we answered everything else that was posted up here. As far as putting our NFTs in other marketplaces, we have our own marketplace. We'll exclusively, whatever that word is that I can't pronounce, but is very important to our business plan. So basically making it only you can get them here is what we should do, because we share all the fees with you guys and the charities. So that's it. Hey, also just one more thing, these other live streams that we're going to have are going to be part of our marketing program. So we will have basically live webinars during the week where Steve and I, or just Steve, or just I, whatever, will be promoting and marketing TOAX wheels and the TOAX NFTs. And that's what they're there for. And that's part of our plan. And we're not doing 3 updates every week or 4 updates or whatever. We might go to daily webinars and have an update later on. I don't know. That's part that we're still seeing what's the best way to get the word out. But we know that live webinars are incredible ways, especially in the crypto world, because it's all, everything's online type of stuff, to get the word out. And with Steve's just finishing up that part to launch our first live webinar. And as far as getting charities and having a whiteboard presentation specifically for charities, we're working on that. It's not done, but you could use the first half of the whiteboard video that we already have that talks about basically the potential for charities, right in the middle of it, what that can happen on a yearly basis if they participate in this engine that we've ran. So use that. Keep spreading the word like you guys are. Awesome. Keep giving us the feedback through Discord, and you got any issues, obviously open up tickets inside the system. Thank you for the people that finished their KYCs. That's great. If you haven't, go to TOAX.exchange and log in there, register, and do your KYC, because that's the only way we can share the receipts back with you. All right, that's it. That's it for me for now.
All right, guys. Thanks, Scott. We will be back to you soon. Have a good one.